Today, I am going to go over some of the tools available to you on the math test. When I go over the tools, I'm going to show you some extra tools. Not all the tools are available to every student, and I will let you know which tools are available only if you are pre-approved for that tool, okay? So let's start up here with our toolbar. We have the reference chart. On the reference chart, this gives us that reference chart that we use all the time in our class that has some of those things that we need to remember and to be able to use throughout the test. Now I can make this a little bit bigger, make it easier for me to read. I can move it to the screen so that it's out of my way so that I can still see the question. I can make it full screen, and when I'm done with it, I just go ahead and I close it off. Okay, I have the calculator. Now the calculator is not available on like third or fourth grade unless you are specifically approved for the calculator. The calculator is only there for those tests in which it is already approved for. When you look at the calculator, we have the TI graphing calculator or we have the Desmos calculator. So I'm going to choose the TI graphing calculator, but oh, wait a minute, I don't use the TI calculator in class, I use the Desmos. So I'm coming up here to the switching icon, and now I'm going to choose the Desmos graphing calculator. And you can go back and forth between the two calculators to use whichever one is the best fit for you and for the test question. I have the notepad. The notepad is where you want to make your important notes. This notepad is available to you throughout the test. And so this is where you want to put your notes that you need for a variety of test questions or those things that you do not want to forget throughout the test. You notice down here it has a maximum of 1,750 characters. I've used up 14 of that 1,750. Okay. I have graph paper. Now the graph paper, the online graph paper works a little bit differently than what you might expect. This graph paper is for you to be able to draw lines, connect points, those kind of things. Eventually, this will have a free draw tool. Right now, it does not. And so I can change the grid size. I can change the transparency. So you make it what you need it to be, okay? When I add a point, the only place in which I can add a point is on where the line segments intersect. Okay. No matter where I click, it's going to jump to the closest intersection. I can connect a line, and so I can connect my dots, my points. I can come here, and I can draw my shapes using my line. Okay. And you notice I can draw a diagonal, or I can draw a horizontal or a vertical line. I do not have the free draw tool available to me yet. That should be available by spring. Okay. I have the line reader. The line reader will help you keep track of where you're at by being able to highlight the line of reading, the question, whatever you need. Right now, since I only have one line, it's not very obvious. So let me see if I can find one that has a lot more writing in it. So here, if I have the line reader, see, now you can see its function a little bit more. It keeps you on target with where you're at. I can zoom in to be able to make my text larger, and then I can zoom back out. Now you notice that I have another toolbar right here. This toolbar, I can mark this question for review, and that says that I need to come back to this. There was something about the question that I didn't understand or I wasn't sure, so I want to come back and review my answer or make my answer choice. I can do sticky notes. Now for sticky notes, the only place in which I can see this sticky note is when I am on this problem. Okay, that sticky note stays right there with that problem, so these notes are personalized to this question. Okay. Now, I did turn on my text-to-speech. Not everybody has text-to-speech, but if I do have text-to-speech, then this is how I use it. If I'm just not sure what this word is, or I need that word pronounced, I can highlight that word. I can come over here and I can say speak selection.
Paintbrushes.
Okay. And then I can come here and I can have it read this selection.
Large paintbrushes in the set.
All right, now one thing that you need to know is that in Cambium, in our TDS, that the answer choices are actually called options because you're going to select the option that you want as your answer. So when I come here and I say speak option.
Option A. X plus Y equals 10. X equals 4Y.
Okay, so I can actually have it read one of the answer choices, one of the options that I can select. I can have it read the entire question to me.
An artist bought a set of 10 paintbrushes that contained X small paintbrushes and Y large paint.
Okay. Now, I'm like, man, that's reading a little bit too fast for me. So I can come up here to my system settings and I can say, I want the rate adjusted. I want the pitch adjusted. I want the volume adjusted. I can come back to those settings at any time during the test by clicking on system settings. Okay, while I'm up there, that is the pause the test. All right, if I want to be able to say, I know that's not a right answer choice, I can now eliminate my answer choices so that when I come back to this problem, I've already eliminated 2 that I know are incorrect answers. All right, I can, whoops. I can highlight the selection and I can highlight in different colors. And I'm like, oh man, I highlighted all the wrong stuff. I can come here and I can reset my highlighting. Okay. Let's see, I can come up here and this will show me my items. And so this shows me that 1, that 1 I answered, that 2 and 3 and 5 I have not answered, that 4 I have flagged that question. Okay. And I have not gotten to question 6 yet, so that's why you don't see question 6 up there. I just went ahead and clicked through a little bit before the video so that I could show you what this looks like. All right, now let's see if I can find, it says you have not actually picked an answer yet, so it's making you verify that yes, I know I need to come back to that question. Okay, this tells me I am 8% of the way through the test. Some students have what is called content and language support. And if you have content and language support, you will see these boxes around specific words. So if you click on the word that is boxed, it will give you some information about what that vocabulary word is. Oops, there we go. All right, contained. Excuse me, I'm sorry for that. So that's some of the tools in which you're going to be able to use on your test. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, before I close this out, this question mark. If you need help on any of these tools, you can always click there and this will remind you of the tools that you have and the things that you can do throughout the test. And you'll notice here, let me see if I can find it again. There is a ruler tool. Now, the ruler tool is not here on this question because I don't need it for this question. But if I did, the ruler tool would be there, okay? I think that's it.